Hi guys, I'm here with Government MLA Shane Getson from Lac Ste and Parkland, and we have an important new bill that we just passed through the legislature last night. Shane has had a big role to play in this. It has a boring title, Shane. What is it again?
Well, we can never make it easy, Premier, so we have to have it very astute. It's the Environmental Protection Statutes Amendment Act.
So we should call it the Gravel Act. Now, what really happened here? First of all, the gravel industry, I think a lot of people just take it for granted. They don't understand there would be no roads, there'd be pretty much no construction, and there would be tens of thousands less jobs were not for gravel. Your guys worked in heavy industry and all of that construction. Tell us why gravel's important.
Well, as you said, Premier, it's the building block. We make everything from it, everything from asphalts to concretes to the tar and your roof, the roofing, everything else comes from it. And we're really blessed in Alberta to have lots of really good reserves and deposits. Again, from that glaciation period, it rolled on lots of gravel when they receded. In Edmonton and Calgary in the Peace Country, we're prolific, and they are the building blocks.
So without gravel, construction would grind to a halt. I mean, and here's what happened. Recently, on May the 6th, the Alberta Appeals Court made a decision that gravel is a mineral for purposes of government regulation, and they essentially, I think an unintended consequence of their decision was it was grinding the entire industry to a halt. Is that true?
Yeah, essentially what happened is the determination on the appeal was that silica sand was determined a mineral. And as soon as that definition of what is, it hit and it determined that it was a mineral, well then it became a quarry. Anything that gets regulated under a pit, sand and gravel typically, as soon as you trigger it, it becomes a quarry as a mineral. And then there's a whole environmental impact assessment that takes place, and those are lengthy processes, like 77 weeks to get it through the 77 weeks to get it through the system for an approval.
So this would have taken what is right now, very quick, straightforward process to do a small or medium-sized gravel pit and turn it into like a 2 to 3 year long regulatory process. It would have ground construction in Alberta to a complete stop, would have put tens of thousands of people out of work. So Shane helped to bring this to our attention, because actually the pit that resulted in this case came out of his riding, and got to our Environment Minister Jason Nixon, who worked with his officials and in lightning speed by government standards brought this forward, introduced the bill, and it's now passed just 10 weeks later, which, as I say, is unheard of time. Normally, at the speed of government, this would take a couple of years. It took at most a couple of months here.
Oh, and it's incredible. And honestly, Premier, for being the new guy, understanding the lengths that it goes to get a bill through the House, holy crow, this was lightning speed. And the way the bill came together, it's elegant. It's nice and thin and it's simple. It gets right to the point, it redefines it, and literally it saved the gravel industry. Our entire construction season would have been lost if we didn't do this, Premier.
So the reason we're doing this is because there's a lot of things we do in the legislature behind here that don't get front page news, and I think it's important for us to understand we're constantly grinding away in the corners, late at night, on the detailed work to do everything we can, not just to create jobs, but to save jobs, especially now during this crisis. So Shane, I just wanted to thank you. You bring a lot of just real world practical experience to this job at the Ledge. We've been working like late hours, burning the midnight oil to get things like this done. Thank you for helping to save those jobs in Alberta's gravel and construction industry.
Appreciate it, Premier. It's my honor, and that's why Albertans put us to work and gave us that job interview back when. And I didn't realize the significance of it, that typically most governments don't allow private members to jump in, roll up their shirt sleeves and dive in. And credit to this government, Minister Nixon was phenomenal. So as a private member to jump in and work on this, to save all those jobs and to know we did it, best thing ever.
Awesome, well done.
Fantastic.